Hey everyone, I'm Den Haring and welcome back to my channel, Fish Den 365. It's good to be here. We're up at Possum Lodge. We're going to be doing some fishing this weekend if we can avoid the storms. There's supposed to be some thunderstorms coming through. But today I wanted to do a very quick unboxing with you. I bought some stuff recently from Bass Pro Shops / Cabelas, and I thought I'd just share what I bought. It's going to be a relaxing video. It's the kind of thing that you might want to watch before you go to bed in the evening. It kind of relaxes people. They like to watch these unboxings. And I didn't buy too much, a couple $100 worth of stuff, but I thought I'd share with you what I bought and my thought process behind it. Nothing spectacular, but we'll go through what we got. So let's see here. It's been a while since I actually purchased this stuff, and I myself don't remember everything I bought anymore, so it'll be a surprise for me as well. All right, so let's see what we've got here in the first box. Oh yes, so what we have here, you know, I'm a believer in fishing original baits, like the Senko was the first style bait of its kind, that pen-shaped soft plastic, and I still fish the Senko today, and it's a great bait. I don't think there's any soft plastic of its kind that works as good as it does. Every company came out with their own version of it. The Yum Dinger, for example, and there's tons of others, and they all catch fish. I recognize that. And some are much better priced. And so, if you're an economical fisherman, it makes sense to get some of those. But I still like the Senkos today. I still think they're a very good bait. But there is a couple other baits that have my interest and that are similar to them. And one of them is these Berkley Power baits. This is a Max Scent Berkley Power bait, just like the Senko, but it's got that infused scent in it. And this has got my attention recently because it really does seem to make a difference with these scented baits. So I bought some here, green pumpkin watermelon, a couple of 5-inchers, I believe, here. So this is something that I'll be fishing, and it's nice. It's always good to have something, a follow-up bait. This could be a good follow-up bait for when you're throwing something else and a fish misses it. And, fish get pressured, so, it's good to have something other than the Senko, too. Just something else that's a little different. This has a very similar action to the Senko. It's weighted specifically to fall at a certain rate. And it also has that scent, something that the Senko doesn't have. All right, let's see what else we got here. So, another thing we have is a fishing reel. So I have this Fluger. I bought a bunch of these. This is a Fluger spinning reel, a Fluger President. And I'll tell you, for the money, I don't think you can get a better reel for the money. Now, there are better reels, don't get me wrong. But if you don't have a lot of money to spend and you want a good, solid fishing reel, this is hard to beat. This is a Fluger President spinning reel. And they come in different sizes. This is a medium size one. They come a little smaller, they come larger, depending on your application. The drags on these are as smooth as butter. I've got several of these now, and I really just like this reel. For $50, you can't beat it. You can wait for the sale. You get this thing for $49.99. I think regularly it might be $60, maybe a little more on the larger sizes. But this Fluger President, I can't find a reel that's better than it for the price, that's for sure. And for that price, it's good enough for the applications that I'm doing. Especially, the most important thing with this spinning reel to me is how good and how smooth the drag is. You don't want that to fail when you're landing that 5-pound smallmouth or bigger. So and this won't. I've caught plenty of smallmouths that size with this reel. And I'm actually using this. This is going to be on my drop shot rod. I have 2 drop shot rods, one with a Fluger President, and the other has a Shimano Symmetry, a really good reel. The Symmetry is one of my favorite spinning reels as well. But this bail on the Symmetry, it's a lighter reel than the Fluger, for one, and the bail is much. I won't say cheaper metal, but much smaller in diameter. And I stepped on the reel and bent it, and the reel doesn't perform like I want it to anymore. It's kind of hard to close the bail sometimes because it's bent, and sometimes it'll interfere with the spool. So I intend to replace that reel with this one. until I can get a new bail for it. One of these days I'll get out there and just buy the part, replace that reel, and then I'll have another spinning reel I can use for another application, because I really do like the symmetry. The Shimano Symmetry is another really, really good spinning reel for the price. The only thing I would say about the Pfluger President is, if the weight of the reel is important to you, then this might not be the reel that you want. That's the thing you give up at that $50 price point. It's a little heavier than some of the other spinning reels out there. I'm sure it's heavier than the Symmetry, for example. But from my point of view, with my applications and how often I'm using spinning rods and spinning reels, that weight means nothing to me. I can cast it all day long. It's a few, tenths of an ounce or something like that more. It doesn't mean a whole lot at the end of the day to me. To some other people it might. If someone's fishing multiple hours and multiple days, they might want that more comfortable reel in their hand. But for me, I have no problem just using this for the period of time that I use it. And it's a really good reel, and I would recommend it if you're wondering about getting a new spinning reel and wanting not to spend a whole lot of money. It's hard to beat the Pfluger President. If you go out and you look at the Bass Pro Shops and Cabelas reviews on this thing, the reviews are always solid. They're always 4 stars or 5 stars. It's just a very solid reel. All right, what else do we got? Yes, so here's something that I haven't played around with. I'm a huge fan of the Zoom Horny Toad. And I did not realize that Zoom made a frog, but they do, and it's a soft plastic frog. I believe the point of this frog is that it floats, and so you've got this floating frog. The Zoom Horny Toad does not float. The Horny Toad sinks at a slow rate, and when you reel it in, it comes up to the top. This frog has the standard type of frog legs. But I believe the purpose of this bait is that when you throw it out there, it stays on the surface. So now, if it works the way I hope it does, I can rig this thing up, and there's a big belly slit so that you can rig a Texas rigged, probably a 4-aught hook might be good, 4 or 5, I'm not sure. I have to play with that. And but then you can throw this out in the thick cover, right? Thick milfoil, weeds, lily pads, whatever you've got. And it'll stay on top, and then when you do retrieve it in between pads and that kind of thing, you'll get these legs kicking. And if it rigs right and stays on top and doesn't go upside down, and those are a lot of questions that need to get answered, then I'm going to like this bait. If it doesn't perform that way, then I won't use it. But what I will do in the coming days, probably August, September coming up, I'll start throwing this a little bit, and then maybe I'll do a bait review and let you know what I think of it. I got a black one here too, so I've got my bases covered. I got dark, I got light. And so we'll see how well that bait performs. I didn't even know that Zoom had such a bait. And so I'm looking forward to trying it just to see what it does. And then we've got some more of these Senko type baits. This is called the General. This is another power bait, Berkeley power bait. It's not max scent, but it's known to be another very good Senko style bait. And so, and I like this color. I'm going to pull one of these out. I like this color in Senko's quite a bit. I think it's called Baby Bass. Yeah, and it's a little bit different in this bait in that there's a little more white in it. The Senko, you can see that green with the gold fleck. The Senko is completely green with gold fleck. It looks like the General has the green with the gold fleck, but then also a whitish belly. So a little bit different, but I like that green and gold fleck, and it's got the Berkeley scent on it. Whew, it's pretty strong. And so this is another bait that I figured I'd experiment with and start throwing. I know this General catches fish. And the Baby Bass, I like it because I don't think a lot of people throw it, and yet I've had very good success with it. Most people are throwing green pumpkin, watermelon red, that kind of stuff. I like to throw something a little different. Obviously black, and black with blue fleck is good as well. But sometimes I like to give the fish a little something different. All right, what else do we have in? Oh, we got another frog here. This is the another one of these Zoom frogs, just a different color. Natural brown, just a little bit different. Sometimes something like this in pads works really well, an oddball color, but sometimes it can be a killer. Well, I couldn't make a purchase without buying some actual Zoom horny toads. I'm a huge horny toad fan. These things catch fish. I love using them. I've done reviews on them in the past. I've talked about this. I'll put the link up here. I did a toad fishing video. I'll put the link up so you can see that. But this one is watermelon candy. So it's got that bluegill look to it. It's got the watermelon green, but then it's got purple and green fleck in it. I like this color. You know, sometimes I'll fish this bait under the water too, and that's a subject for a different video another day, but I'll have to show that to you sometime. But it catches fish in a number of ways, not just on top. All right, what else? More of the general, just another different color. That same color, actually, watermelon candy. The same color I just showed you in the Zoom horny toad. I got in the general. I like that watermelon candy color. I believe it looks. I believe it imitates a bluegill quite well. And then, last but not least, another watermelon candy Zoom horny toad. And that gets us through the baits that I bought. I'll be making some more purchases in the not too distant future. There's a bunch of new baits that I'm wanting to try, and there's a bunch of things I've run out of that I need to replenish. So when I do those purchases, and they'll be from Tackle Warehouse and probably Bass Pro and Cabelas again, I'll probably do unboxings for you so you can see what I'm getting, see what I'm thinking, and why I'm buying those things. Some of them are timely. I'm going to need them very soon, I feel, in order to maximize my fishing success. So looking forward to making some of those orders and to sharing it with you. Well, if you found this video insightful, helpful, or if you liked the video, give me the thumbs up. That helps me get the video out in front of, helps me get my channel out in front of more people. And, you know, if you haven't subscribed yet and you like the content, please subscribe. When you do, hit that bell. That'll give you a notification of when my next video is coming out. We're going to be getting out hopefully today and making a video on that, so we'll be running that one very soon. And remember, we're certified Bassified. Love to fish, love fishing for all types of freshwater species, especially bass and stripers. And that's what really my channel is mainly about. We do like to do the pan fishing thing too, so we're going to be doing some videos on that coming up. So until next time, I hope I see you on the water, and may God bless your fishing endeavors.